Draco Malfoy might play Lucius Malfoy in the new Harry Potter series. Tom Felton could be returning to the Harry Potter universe, but not as Draco Malfoy. Instead, HBO is reportedly considering casting him as Draco's father, Lucius Malfoy, in their upcoming reboot. And surprisingly, J.K. Rowling herself is thrilled with the new trio of young actors, while discussions about recasting continue behind the scenes. As the Harry Potter world heats up ahead of Season 1 production, more and more details, both promising and questionable, are surfacing online. We'll break them down in just a moment, but first, let's hear your thoughts. Should Tom Felton return to the franchise as Lucius Malfoy? Here's what we know. Felton has officially returned to the Wizarding world. From November 11th this year until March 22nd next year, he's starring in the stage play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And yes, the play is still going strong. Like Shakespearean theater, The Cursed Child continues its run since its debut in 2016, rotating through actors. In fact, the role of Harry Potter has already been played by 9 different actors, including Japanese pop star Goro Inagaki. Hermione has also been portrayed by several black actresses over the years, aside from the much-discussed Noma Dumezweni. During the Asian tour, she was even played by Japanese supermodel Aioi Nakabe. The play still brings in millions for Rowling, and rumor has it it's the main reason she never let Warner Bros. Adapt The Cursed Child into a film. So, Felton's return to the franchise via the play isn't unusual. But 2 things make this notable. First, he's the only original film actor to return to the Wizarding world in his original role. And second, and more important, his appearance has changed so drastically that most fans now say he looks exactly like Lucius Malfoy. Online, the consensus is clear. Tom Felton would be perfect as Lucius. And since the play's schedule doesn't conflict with HBO's filming, fans are openly demanding that the studio cast him. Every update about the new Harry Potter series reignites fans' excitement to revisit the magical world. And despite an incomplete cast list, HBO's crew has already been spotted filming. According to reports, filming began even though series director John Lego had previously stated his scenes would start on August 4th. HBO's team was seen on the French island of Seine, off the coast of Brittany. And just one look at the island makes it obvious. They're filming the scene where the Dursleys try to escape Hogwarts letters by hiding out, and Hagrid shows up to tell Harry he's a wizard. No actors were spotted there, so it's likely they were capturing location footage and set exteriors. The main interior scenes will likely be shot in a studio later, easier, cheaper, and just down the road from their billion-dollar set. As for Hagrid, one of the actors in that iconic scene, Nick Frost, gave a major interview. He made it clear, he's not trying to replace Robbie Coltrane or compete with him. He deeply admires Coltrane and wants to tell his own version of the character, still canon, but with a slightly different tone. Frost has read the scripts and met with the showrunners. His Hagrid will be more nurturing toward children and, in many ways, will serve as a father figure to the show's Harry. This actually fits well with the books. Hagrid wasn't the bumbling fool the movies made him out to be. In the books, he wrote Harry's birthday card without spelling mistakes, and he was far from simple-minded. In Goblet of Fire, for example, when Karkaroff spits at Dumbledore's feet, Hagrid slams him against a wall, nearly killing him, until Dumbledore tells him to stop. Later in the Battle of Hogwarts, Hagrid personally takes out one of the most dangerous Death Eaters, McNair. The films never really explored Hagrid's giant blood and magical resistance, which basically makes him a walking tank. Yet, in the books, he charges into danger without fear, remains a kind soul, and even hosts underground parties in support of Harry during Deathly Hallows. So yes, there's room to present Hagrid in a new light, one that's different yet still faithful. Hopefully Nick Frost pulls it off and has enough screen time to do it, because episode length is still a concern. Showrunners have confirmed the first season will be 8 hours long. Realistically, that's 8 episodes of about 45 minutes each, given the industry norm of hour-long episodes including credits. That's still twice the runtime of Philosopher's Stone, which was 2 hours and 32 minutes. So the show has more time to dive into the book's story. But here's the issue. The first book is 223 pages long. Goblet of Fire, 636 pages. If we do the math, a faithful adaptation of Goblet of Fire would need at least 17 hour-long episodes. Order of the Phoenix, 21 episodes. The later films had to cut Quidditch, the House Elf subplot, and basically anything not directly related to Voldemort. Even with the longer format, the series will face the same challenge, but we'll worry about that later. For now, Rowling has officially approved the casting of the new Golden Trio, and the internet's response to the young actors has been overwhelmingly positive. Photos of Chloe Ard, reportedly cast as Ginny Weasley, also leaked online. And again, fans were happier than HBO had predicted. Ironically, that's created a problem. According to The Guardian, HBO had planned to replicate The Last of Us marketing strategy, spark outrage with divisive casting, like Bella Ramsey, then balance it with fan-favorite actors, like Pedro Pascal. The result, controversy-boosted hype, and low expectations made the final product feel better than it was. HBO hoped to do the same with Harry Potter, but the fanbase embraced the new cast so enthusiastically that expectations shot up instead. Suddenly, Papa Essiedu's casting as Snape, which was meant to cool things down, became a lightning rod. Turns out the show didn't need controversy. The new Harry, Ron, and Hermione were enough to spark interest. The idea of a black Snape didn't bring any more buzz than the trio casting already did. So now, HBO's original PR strategy is kind of sinking. Some insiders say HBO is even considering recasting Snape, but that's unlikely. Filming is about to start, the scripts are done, and Essiedu's scenes are already mapped out. According to British media, this version of Snape is written as more sympathetic and likable. But unlike Hagrid, that's not canon. Alan Rickman's version already softened Snape a lot compared to the books. In reality, book Snape was ruthless. He bullied Hermione over her looks, turned Ron into Draco's lackey over a fake injury, threatened to kill Neville's toad, and regularly used physical punishment. The morally gray Snape became popular thanks to Rickman's brilliance and the cinematic need to humanize villains. That's why Deathly Hallows shocked audiences. No one believed this cold, bitter man was secretly protecting Harry all along. But even in the books, Snape wasn't seeking redemption. He was driven by revenge against Voldemort, nothing more. So Dumbledore's question remains: did Snape actually care for the boy? Because that was never part of the deal. Still, we understand HBO's idea. Everyone now knows Snape wasn't a traitor, so viewers will be reading between the lines in every scene, looking for hidden meaning. That's why HBO is making him more openly kind and complex. But honestly, a faithful book version might have worked better. Today's audience is older and they understand revenge. A Snape who despises Harry but uses him to destroy Voldemort? That's powerful. The problem is, a black Snape who's aggressive and cruel could spark a storm of backlash and cheap jokes. And HBO has somehow cornered itself into this sensitive topic. Now Papa Essiedu will inevitably be compared to Alan Rickman, and that's a battle he's bound to lose. At best, people will ignore his Snape and talk about everything else. At worst, if the show slips in quality, he'll become the scapegoat, with HBO blaming it all on racist fans. HBO has managed the impossible. They've found a new trio who actually live up to Radcliffe, Grint, and Watson. But at the same time, they've turned Snape into a risky experiment, one the franchise really didn't need when a record-breaking premiere is all but guaranteed. So, what do you think? Should Snape be portrayed as kind or cruel in the series? Should HBO recast the role this late in production? And how should they handle the limited screen time per book? Let us know in the comments. That's all for now. See you soon.